Let's move on. Let's do Guy's list. Guy, our list guy, back with another list. First off, shout out Guy. Guy said he had a busy week. He came in prepared. He hit us with 2 different lists at the front end of this week. He's really putting the hours in. We appreciate that from Guy, as always. This is Guy's now or never list, aka guys who have been on breakout watch for multiple seasons. They're constantly on the offseason. Like, this guy is going to explode, have a great season. And then it just doesn't really happen. And then it happens again and again. You repeat the process of like, no, this is the year. And then maybe it hasn't happened. So maybe not the greatest thing as a player to find yourself on this list. But I will add, if you're on this list, it means that we still believe the breakout could happen. Like, we would not allow any names on this list that are guys we just don't believe in as players. It's just now or never. Like, this is, you're running out of opportunities to be the breakout guy, and here you are. So here are the 10 names on Guy's now or never list. Shout out to Guy. Reese Beekman, Virginia. Harrison Ingram at 2. CJ Frederick at 3. He's now at Cincinnati. Hakeem Hart at 4. Malik Hall at 5. Javon Quinterly at 6. Eddie Lampkin at 7. RJ Melendez at 8, Trey Jackson from Michigan at 9, Jadon Ledee at 10 for San Diego State. And then we have 2 honorable mentions for this list, Sahvir Wheeler at Washington and Ethan Morton at Purdue. Your thoughts, Cart?
Jadon Ledee needs to be number 1 on this list. I have been told for years and years that this man is an athletic monster. He's shaped like a Greek god. He's going to be a guy. He's an NBA guy. He's a first-team all-conference type of guy. I have yet to see it. I really would want to see it. I actually think he had a pretty good exhibition game, had some moments last season. But there's a couple guys on here I think that if it is now, it could really, really raise the ceilings of their teams. So the 2 guys that I want to shout out here are Harrison Ingram. I think that Harrison Ingram could be very integral to UNC success. And I would bet on him actually being the now guy, finally being on a winning team, being with North Carolina. And then Malik Hall as well. I truly think that Malik Hall could swing the ceiling of this team more than Michigan State fans want to admit. Because if we can just get some consistency, that's it. I'm not asking for just absolute all Big Ten level type play that some people are asking for. Just straight up consistency and being a good leader and locker room guy would be massive from Malik Hall. I'm still a little bit scared of the jump shot. It seems to still have a really, really bad hitch for some reason. But we'll see what happens with that. But I think that I love the list, but I think that Harrison Ingram and Malik Hall are 2 guys that I would point out as guys that could really raise the ceiling of the teams they play on if they are those now guys.
Yeah, I like a lot of these names. I actually like this list a lot because I like the players on this list, and I still believe in the players on this list. And when you say Ledee should be at 1, my wish to Guy, when he was like, how should I structure this? How should I put the order? Was put the best player at 1, which is why Reese Beekman is at 1. It's not necessarily like an indictment on the fact they haven't broken out that they're not at 1. It's more just like, I think this is the best player on his list. And I think Reese Beekman could be really, really good, but there's still a little like shadow of a doubt. Like, he's not a pure, that guy's guaranteed going to break out the way like a Riley Kugel is. He's just like, he's going to have a chance, and he kind of has to be good. We just don't know if he's going to be good yet. Harrison Ingram, I wanted at Michigan bad, man. Like, I really thought he would have swung things massively for the Wolverines if they were able to acquire him. And I like, it never felt to me like, I know he ended up in North Carolina, but it never felt like when he hit the portal that he was like the hottest name and a bunch of teams were after him. Although I guess it was North Carolina and Kansas, so maybe I shouldn't like downplay that. But I feel like there was like a negative connotation almost with Harrison Ingram, even in North Carolina circles, of like, who are we getting and what are our options? And I never really understood that. I think he's going to be fantastic for them. Down that list, though, outside of the top 2, I don't know that I believe in a lot of these guys. And I don't mean that harshly, but CJ Frederick really violated my trust. When he went to Kentucky and just wasn't good, like I was gassing that kid up. I thought as a freshman he was phenomenal at Iowa. This was back in my Iowa fan days. And then, he leaves for Kentucky. I'm like, oh, I mean, great move. He's a superstar. He was never heard from again. And I know there's a lot of reasons for that, but I just like it's a name on paper you really want to believe in. And I don't know what the substance is behind it. Everybody else on this list, I don't think I do believe in. Like, I know Trey Jackson looks good for Michigan. I'm not really buying him. RJ Melendez is not the next AirPods. I'm sorry, even if I've hinted at that in the past, it's not going to happen. I like Lampkin's a productive player. He's obviously pretty good, but Malik Hall has always left you wanting more. I've been saying that for years. Hakeem Hart, people acted like was this massive departure for Maryland. Really don't see it. I think he's a fifth option type and then just an okay one at best. And then, I mean, the big swing name here is Javon Quinterly, which, like, what do you do with Javon Quinterly these days? Like, are you still on Jelly fam?
No, it's 2023. It's 2023, and that guy averaged 9 and 4 last year.
Yeah, we kind of talked about this earlier.
Top 20
right?
point guard
Yeah,
in the country, though.
he's a top 20 point guard.
There is one glaring mistake here that I didn't notice on here. And this has no indictment on the player at all. But if I'm a Purdue fan, I don't want Ethan Morton to break out. I want less Ethan Morton.
That's interesting. What does that mean? I think I agree with you, but like, I guess, do you mean like his entire role you want diminished in the best case version of Purdue? Like, he's not playing?
I wouldn't say not playing, but I think I want less Ethan Morton, more other guys on this team.
Who are the other guys?
Honestly, any of the other wing options, your cousin, Heidi, Colvin, like, I want those guys.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that for sure. I'm just a little, I don't know. Like, what does a breakout even look like for Ethan Morton in like a best case world? He's not going to score 10 a game on this team anyway, right? So like, are we just mean like playing at all?
I mean, I don't know if like he has a streak of like all academic teams or like sportsmanship like award type things, but like just keeping those going.
Okay. All right. We get it. All right. So one guy on this list who's going to have the best season.
Best season. I'm gonna say Harrison Ingram. I'm gonna go with Harrison Ingram having the best season. I think Reese Beekman is going to be number one on Virginia's scouting report, and teams are going to throw like 5 guys at him because I don't know if any other guys can really do it for Virginia. I do like Ryan Dunn a lot, but I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I'm selling Virginia as a whole, which means I have to sell Reese Beekman. I'm going to buy back in on CJ Frederick. I'm going to do it.
Greg, how many times do you have to be hurt?
I'm going to do it. I have a type, man. I have a type. Look, Harrison Ingram probably should be my answer, but he's even in a breakout in his best case version, he's not a top 2 option on his team. So to me, that disqualifies you a little bit in the context of like, what's a breakout look like? Like, he's not going to be RJ Davis or Armando Bacot or maybe even Elliot Cadeau. Like, it sounds like Cadeau is going to have the ball in his hands a ton. So CJ Frederick is on a Cincinnati roster that needs him to do a lot of things. Him and Seamus Lukosius.
That's a pretty fun wing combo.
That's a really fun wing combo, man.
I can see why you're buying in. If they hit shots, that's a fun team.
I'm going to bet a lot of Cincinnati overs, I think, and we'll revisit a couple weeks into the season. All right, that was a really fun list. Shout out to Guy. Great work on the list, Guy. I know we put you on the hot seat earlier in the episode. You're not on the hot seat, Guy. We love you, and we want more critiques from you guys. So come in. If this video only does 300 views, though, we probably will throw that back in your face. We do reserve the right to do that.
And we will.
Moving
100% will.